Meanwhile, as we go back now to Yahweh ben Yahweh's mission, why he came to Miami in 1979, Yahweh ben Yahweh prayed to his father Yahweh before his ascension, before he ascended into heaven. He prayed to Yahweh to keep his elect in his hands that the Father gave to him. Again, reference John chapter 17, verses 1 through 26. Please read that. As well as chapter 10 of John, verses 28 and 29. And when he prayed, he did so that no man should pluck them out of his hands during the, quote, times, end of quote, that he would be separated from them while he is in prison. And the short or half of the, quote, time, end of quote, that would be left of this generation, that the elect, or the one measure of wheat, would have left after his ascension. And before Yahweh, the Father, come to the earth to deliver them. Reference Micah chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. But of that time, no man know the day, the hour, or time when that will be. That will also be the same day, same hour and time when Yahweh arrives to destroy those found measured among the three measures of barley, which is like the red bitter wine or the wicked measures of people on earth that was sealed in Revelation chapter 6, verse 6. Now, why are the four beasts being ordered by Micah Yahweh, the archangel, who was seen by Yochanan or John sitting on a black horse, to hurt not the oil and the wine of Revelation 6:6? Because in the same prophecy where he prophesied of the birth of Yahweh ben Yahweh, of Micah chapter 5, Yahweh himself said to Micah Yahweh, quote, I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard, end of quote. Nevertheless, the prophecy of Daniel chapter 12 also constitute a, quote, time, end of quote, in singular, and, quote, times, end of quote, in plural, and a half of time, a half, end of quote. That all of this would take place in the last days. Now, this is proven in Daniel chapter 12, verses 6 and 7, which reads, quote, And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, How long shall it be to the end of these wonders? As we pause there for a moment, this certain, quote, man, in the quote of this verse, that was asked that question from one, is the very same, quote, man, in the quote, who sat on, quote, the Mount of Olives, in the quote, of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3, and was asked the very same question from many of his disciples, not 12, which are those whom he also anointed with oil, of Revelation chapter 6, verse 6, that also came from the mount of those very same olives that many thought was just an ordinary, quote, olive tree, end of quote. As we continue, verse 7, And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand, and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for a time, times and a half. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. End of quote. Now, this passage had been a prophetical mystery for thousands of years, and was said that there would be a certain he that is spoken of by Daniel that would be able to read this with an understanding. And you will not find that certain he in a church that you put all your trust in and all your faith in, O Jacob.